Weather Day.
Good to have you with us early on this Thursday morning on our First Alert 6 streaming. I'm Erin Hartley, joined by meteorologist Jarrett Lansford and Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Alert. It is a First Alert 6 weather day, of course. We've been talking about it. The chance for rain and then eventually turning at some point into snow. I think people kind of want to see if they can time out when that's going to start to happen. You're saying it's not going to be immediate.
That's the thing. It's going to be kind of a gradual thing. There's some rain mixing with snow. The first little bit may melt, first bit may stick on the grass, and then just the deeper we go into the evening, the colder it gets and the more likely that is to turn into some accumulation. So First Alert 6 weather day for this here. Rain after 9 a.m. through the day with some soggy evening commute on the way. So the morning commute looks fine as far as weather goes. Then the rain builds in and it's going to be a soaker this evening. We're going to switch to snow after 5 o'clock. Again, it's not immediate. We don't all go to snow right after 5 and then just get buried in snow. That's not how this works. I think it'll be kind of a gradual thing. But once we start to go to snow, there's not going to be any going back, I don't think. Just because it's sunset, we got a north wind dragging in cold air. I just think it's going to eventually all turn to snow and try to add up into some slushy accumulation. So northwest wind gusts up to about 50 miles per hour. So whether it's rain or snow, it's going to be blowing around whatever's falling from the sky, and that's going to create some visibility issues this evening and overnight. So heading out the door, the jacket needed with 34, warm hat and gloves, and then I put umbrella here, raincoat, whatever can keep you dry on the way home, because you'll probably get soaked heading back out to the car later on this afternoon. A lot of 30s out there, but the key is all these numbers right now, they're above 32, and they'll keep climbing. And that's the case over much of the area. As the clouds and the rain are building in from the south, that is going to bring the warmth with it and keep everything in liquid form today. At least to start the day, I should say. So we're not going to worry about anything icing up to start. You can see we show you the First Alert radar. The closest rain here is south of Lincoln, south of York, lifting off towards the north and should gradually fill in over the course of the morning. So from 9 o'clock onward into the afternoon, we get up to 43 degrees early in the afternoon and then fall off. It's going to be a soggy afternoon, soggy evening commute, and then we get towards 6, 7 o'clock. It starts to mix in with a little snow. Let me show you how this plays out. There's 9 o'clock. There's the rain. Fills in more as we head towards noon. There might be a brief break at times into the afternoon, but that really fills back in pretty quickly. It looks like thunderstorms on here. Basically, it's showing ice higher up in the atmosphere with the clouds and the moisture up there, and then it'll melt as it falls through. So this is a little bit over the top as far as the colors go, but there could be a couple of thunder showers in our southeastern counties. Watch for that. By 4, still should be all rain. By 5, look at these little specks of purple and pink showing up. That's it trying to change. And it'll gradually do so the deeper we go into the evening, leading to a little melting early on. And then the later you go, the more likely it is to, well, this pink is probably going to end up being snow by 10 o'clock. I just don't think there's going to be really any in between. It's either rain or snow or a mix. It's not going to be sleet or freezing rain. It should just go to snow as we go through the evening. By 2 a.m., it's out of here, and the rest of the night's pretty quiet. And then we'll see what kind of a mess we have on the roads by Friday morning. So we wake up 1 to 3 inches of accumulation looking to be the story. It's slushy and sporadic. It could have big changes in accumulation over short distances. In the blue, the farther north you go, the more likely to see some of the 3s, I think. Farther south, it's more going to be rain. And we also got to watch the wind. Well, that's a new one there. Look at that. Gust up by 4 o'clock up to 55. That might be a little bit over the top, but it gives you an indication of the uptick we've had with the wind potential in this. And that was one thing Jarrett and I were talking about, like, where did those come from? After 3 o'clock, we're talking gusts that could hit 50 miles per hour, I think. And then through the evening, up still near 40. So whatever's falling is going to be wind driven. It's not going to be a ton of fun out and about after about 3, 4 o'clock. And then colder Friday, 36, 32 on Saturday. A couple snow showers on Saturday. Don't ignore those. I think some of those could have a few bursts of snow moving through from the north.
Say Friday looks cold, but it's sandwiched between kind of these 2 days of snow potential.
Yeah.
Okay, beyond Saturday, do we stay in those colder temperatures or do we go back up?
I think we got a lot of 30s on the way for the weekend. It seems cold, but I tell you what, average high is about 33. There's nothing too crazy with our temperatures. I want to show you a little longer range. Watch what happens with this first burst of cold for Friday into Saturday. There it is, and then the main lobe of it slides to the east. We're back Monday and Tuesday into the warmer side of things. Kind of get grazed by some cooler air Wednesday, Thursday, but this, I think, is the next batch that has a little staying power as we head towards next weekend. I think this is going to be a little tougher to shake and might even be colder. Every round trying to get a little colder and a little tougher to get rid of. So what does that look like with the numbers right now? Well, you got 30s this weekend, about where we should be, up near 50 to start next week. And then we're back down trying to get colder towards the end of next week. So that is where we are trending with some of these numbers here in the short term and long term. Today's the messiest day by far. Rain to snow, throwing a little wind. Anything after about 4 o'clock, it looks like it probably won't be a lot of fun outside.
Overall, looking though at that 10-day, I feel like we're still doing very well as far as those temperatures go.
To not have anything below 0 on the 10-day this time of year?
It's pretty fabulous.
Yeah, you take it and go.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I'm disappointed there's no 67 degrees there.
Oh, you missed it by 1 day, sorry.
This guy, okay. Let's get an update on the traffic and see if yours is so much better. But you talk about 72nd and L.
Well, this area is not doing very well. And
not at all.
It's what we were first alerting you to with some lane restrictions that were going to be starting. We already had L Street with some restrictions, head-to-head, one-lane traffic. Look at 72nd now, though. You can see that has also gone to head-to-head one-lane traffic, and that means delays as people are approaching this area. This is, of course, that intersection that's getting reconstructed, and there's going to be long-term construction impacts there. So we already had been, for several weeks, been seeing the east-west slowdowns, but look what is happening as you're approaching this intersection from the south, the reds that are showing up, and those delays extend back past Q Street. So this is somewhere you probably don't want to get caught in this morning with those kind of delays. Now, 84th is an option in the immediate vicinity of L. That's looking great, but here's the problem. If you remember, we've got construction work that's happening as you're making your way north of Giles with that project that's ongoing. So you may have to kind of bob and weave your way around some of these construction projects, or you can use 96th as an alternate route and go straight through that way, and you should be able to avoid some of the construction impacts with that route. So that's kind of the story that we've got going on this morning, is where we have some of the construction projects, things running slower, but no other big issues that have popped up here over the last hour or so. Early this morning, we had a semi that jackknifed in Iowa. That has cleared, and everything looks good now near Neola where that happened. And through much of the rest of the metro, it's just the fact that things are picking up on our roadways. So we'll keep an eye on it. Of course, we'll first alert you if we start to have any other issues that pop up, but keep that in mind with that construction at 72nd and then 84th. That you got to pick your route carefully.
Okay, Jarrett, thank you very much. On to news now. Omaha police tell us they have found who they believe is the mother of a child who was found wandering alone around outside yesterday morning in North Omaha. Investigators tell us that woman is expected to be booked on child neglect related charges. We're told that girl was brought to Project Harmony Wednesday morning after somebody saw the girl near 36th and Reddick and took her into their home. Police issued an alert last night. Police say now the child's mom was found a short time later. That girl is now in custody of the state. For the first time, we heard from one of the officers shot in last month's deadly gas station shootout. In a First Alert 6 exclusive, Detective Jordan Brandt shared his road to recovery. He says he'll be back in duty in about 3 months. Back in December, Detective Brandt responded to a South Omaha convenience store. A car connected to a grocery store shooting earlier that day had been spotted. Brandt was one of 4 officers injured in a gunfire exchange with the suspect who was killed. The bullet tore through his left leg, breaking his femur at the time. But Brandt says the medical staff at the trauma center saved his leg.
But now that it has happened, it's pretty cool to see all the support from all angles. You know, the people that are just pro-police and the people that have come out and support the original victim from what happened that day, the gentleman that was shot at the grocery store. That's when you kind of see it come full circle.
His cousin Nicole Southworth is a former ER nurse turned photographer. Now, when she had heard he had been shot, she knew she had to do something. So she started a pay what you can photo day. Families could donate whatever they could afford, with every dollar going towards the Omaha Police Officers Association Foundation. We're told the other officers are on the road to recovery, with one already back to work. All right, over here now at the safety desk with Maria Cade with details regarding new dietary guidelines.
Yeah, these come up every 5 years, Erin, and the departments update those federal dietary guidelines based on the latest research. So that's how they came up with these new guidelines, and they're prioritizing proteins and healthy fats in your diet. There's also a call to limit the amount of ultra-processed foods and added sugar that people eat. Officials say that following this guidance can help prevent the onset or slow the rate of progression of chronic diseases, as well as actually lower healthcare costs too. The latest update includes a picture of an inverted pyramid, and in that pyramid, meats and veggies are in the widest part at the top, saying that's what you should eat the most of. Of course, this flips that sort of long-standing visual of the pyramid upright and also the circular plate. And that is now the picture that you see there is the new dietary guidelines. They also are saying to focus on less alcohol. That will give you better health.
Okay. Maria Cade at the safety desk for us every single morning. Thank you. We're back after this. Welcome back. Time now 7:15 on this Thursday morning. It is a First Alert 6 weather day, as we've been talking about all throughout the morning, for rain and then moving into snow. Could it be impacting that evening commute?
I think so. Whether it's rain or snow, you put heavy rain with a ton of traffic on the roads, and we're probably going to have some issues. So if you leave a little early, not a bad day to do so. Just kind of spread out the evening traffic. So rain after 9 a.m. means the morning drive probably going to be okay, at least weather-wise anyway. Soggy evening commute. You got snow after 5. It's not going to be immediate, but gradually transitioning to 1 to 3 inches of slushy accumulation. Better odds near and north of I-80 for that. Here's the deal. Whether it's rain or snow, wind is going to be driving it south. From north to south, we could have some gusts up near 50 miles per hour. It is not going to be incredibly pleasant this evening. We have temperatures 30s right now. That's where we're at, mid-30s, some upper 30s, but all these are above freezing, which is great news because as the rain fills in from the south, we're going to see, you can see York, Beatrice, Falls City, and the rain lifting to the north over the course of the day today. We'll gradually see this map fill in, and by 8, 9 o'clock, there's going to be some showers approaching the metro. So after 9, we have some light rain, really picks up in intensity towards noon, 1 o'clock, and then another batch here. This looks like it would be thunderstorms. It is not, just high reflectivity on the radar estimates anyway. There could be a couple of thunder showers in our southeastern counties. So if you hear a rumble of thunder, don't be surprised. It is possible today. Pretty dynamic system here picking up, and by 5:30, there's the little specks that are changing over to snow. It's not going to be immediate. or a quick changeover for everybody. You can see snowing Norfolk, Columbus, York. I think any of the pink you see will likely be snow, not a mix or not ice or anything like that. So it's either going to be rain or snow for the vast majority of this, and it'll transition from one to the other this evening. By midnight, we're pretty much done with it. 2 a.m. should be completely out of the area, and then early tomorrow morning, we fall off in the 20s. Should be a lot of runoff, but there could be some slick spots tomorrow morning to watch for. 1 to 3 inches of accumulation out of this evening in the metro and to the north. Probably closer to the 1s and 2s, but there could be some isolated 3s. A lot more rain down to the southeast and the better odds for some thunder showers down there. Winds, don't forget about these. They try to spike up near 50 miles per hour late afternoon into the evening. So it's going to be a very, very windy stretch this evening as the rain and snow move through. Another snow system to watch on Saturday. Don't ignore this one, because watch the clouds drop in from the northwest on Saturday. By noon, 1 o'clock, there's going to be some snow showers with these and probably a burst of some wind racing south as well. So spotty snow showers could drop visibility briefly into the afternoon on Saturday, and some wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour reinforce the cold a little bit. Our coldest night's going to be Sunday morning, and then we'll rebound quite a bit, back up near 50 degrees as we make our way towards the early part of next week. So right around that 50-degree mark on Monday.
Got a little ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, a little bit.
I know.
Pushed the button one too many times.
So if you didn't see the 10-day forecast already, I think people are curious to know, are these trends of those kind of colder temperatures going to continue, or do we go back up again?
Well, here's the deal. I see the pattern being a pattern. It's going to do it again next weekend. So while this sets us back about to average, look what happens towards the end of next week. We do it again. This might be a longer-lived bout of cold and something that can stick around a little easier. So that's what I'll be watching to see just how intense the next batch of cold is. You don't see any big storm systems with that just yet, but it does look like I think that round's going to be colder and might stick around longer than what we're dealing with this weekend. So nothing below zero yet.
It's not just us, too. I mean, Chicago, New York City, I know they saw a pretty warm day yesterday as well. So kind of just this part of the country.
Yeah, it'll drop in from the north and then move east every round of cold.
Interesting. Yep. Okay. Rusty, thank you. Let's get another update on the situation at 72nd and L. Of course, what should drivers know there?
Yeah, it's that ongoing construction. You just need to be prepared that this is going to be a long-term issue, that you're going to be looking at delays. It's there in the top left corner of what you're looking at. Much of the rest of the metro is moving along really well. So that's why we're not talking about issues elsewhere. Although I do see here, as I'm looking, that things are pretty slow here on Dodge. You can see how it's just kind of chugging along there as you're going eastbound near 144. So keep that in mind. That's a little early to be that slow. But this is what I mean on 72nd and L. We have the restrictions now in place as you're going northbound, and southbound at this area right near the intersection that's getting redone. But it's mainly impacting the northbound traffic because you have a lot of people that are trying to make their way north toward downtown, toward I-80, and you are seeing big restrictions or backups showing up as you try to approach that intersection. So you're looking for an alternate route. Keep in mind, 84th has some work that's happening down here. You could kind of work your way around this area, or if you want just a straight shot, you can use 96th, and that will get you up to where you were intending to go a little bit smoother and without too much more of an issue there. So I'll keep an eye on that delay that's starting to show up on Dodge. Elsewhere, things are looking like they're moving along in pretty good shape. JFK just starting to get a little slow as you're approaching I-80 northbound, but overall, it's a pretty quiet start to our Thursday morning commute, Aaron.
All right, Jared, thank you. Coming up, get ready to satisfy your cravings. It is Girl Scout cookie season. Stick around to find out how you can get your hands on the favorite treats and the new flavor already out.
Well, the most wonderful time of the year for dessert lovers is upon us. It's Girl Scout cookie season.
Yeah, it's time to put those orders in for Thin Mints, Tagalongs, Samoas. Anybody? Samoas? Yeah. The 2026 season arrives with a new flavor. It's called Explore More's. The sandwich cookies are inspired by Rocky Road ice cream.
Cool.
There's a couple of different ways you can get your hands on these tasty treats. You can reach out to a Girl Scout if you know one, or you can visit girlscouts.org. A couple months ago, I got to try them. The new cookie.
They're pretty good?
They're pretty good. Right. I also really like Rocky Road flavored items as well. Yeah. So those are really good. What do you think of the that's the packaging. That's what it looks like. Cool. Kind of a chocolatey base.
I'm down for it.
Looks good. What's the favorite cookie though?
That
Thin Mints, there you go.
Yeah, hook me up with that.
I like
go ahead.
Tagalongs, the peanut butter.
Yeah, the peanut butter chocolate. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, so good.
But there used to be, sheets, order forms that would show up here in the office, but I think everybody's kids in the office have aged out. So we used to have, you sign it up, give me 13 boxes, and we're
My
going,
mom and dad used to be that parent that would bring it in for me when I was selling cookies.
Yep.
So.
Don't have that option anymore.
Agreed.
So if you'd like to sell some cookies.
Thin Mints.
Thin Mints? Do you put them in the freezer?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the best.
I've heard that's the move.
Crunch them up, sprinkle them on ice cream.
And then it's year round. There you go. Okay, that's going to do it for us this morning. Time now to prepare for our First Alert 6 team to get ready for the update on the Today Show. Give you a bird's eye view as we work. You can watch that cut in right here or on the air. All right, have a great start to your Thursday.
Live from WOWT, First Alert 6 starts now.
Time now 7:26. It is great to have you with us on First Alert 6. I'm Erin Hartley. Let's get an update on the roads this morning with Jared Lansford.
We're going to start things off with weather here. First Alert 6 weather day on the way. Rain after 9 a.m. Likely to linger the rest of the day then into the evening commute where the roads will probably be pretty soaked. After 5, we'll mix in some snow. It'll be wet snow, 1 to 3 inches of slushy accumulation. The deeper we go in the evening, the more likely this is to try to stick and accumulate. Plus, northwest wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour will be blowing around whatever's there, rain or snow, and those try to kick up after about 3 o'clock. So 1 to 3 inches of accumulation, probably closer to the low end, but there will be some that try to sneak up near 3, I think, especially north and west of the metro. Lighter amounts with more rain, maybe even some thunder showers down here. Temperatures, they're in the 30s right now. Rain trying to move in from the south. Not here yet, but it should arrive after 9 o'clock. Aaron? Or we'll send it over to Jarrett.
Let's take a look at our roads, and as we start things off, you can see how backed up things are as you're making your way on 72nd, right around L. We are looking at those lane restrictions with construction that are in place, and it's going to be a long-term thing you have to deal with in this area. So you can see how backed up things are all the way from that interchange back past Q. So you want an alternate route. Remember, 84th does have some work that's happening along that route as well. So probably the best through route is 96th as you're making your way through that stretch. A little slow on the JFK northbound toward I-80 and then Dodge also with a few delays. Aaron.
Back to news now. Omaha police say they found the mother of a child who was found wandering around alone yesterday morning in North Omaha. Investigators tell us that woman is expected to be booked on child neglect related charges. The time now 7:28. Back here in about 25 minutes with another update.